everyone. The lighting is going to change for the winter month because it just becomes really unstable otherwise. So some days I will have to film with this lighting, and also it's evening actually now, so there isn't much evening light anyhow. But I do want to record this tutorial for you, and it's going to be maybe part of a fashion diary series, I'm thinking. Don't quote me on that. But basically, I was mentioning previously when I did this tutorial, and if you're watching for the first time and wondering what on earth is going on, I will show you that this girl illustration came from my Moving Doll clear stamp set. So I have a new one to show you. Just hang on there. Mind you, I think this one has been already sold out on Etsy, but there are still a couple left of the Color Theory, and also I had a recent restock of FOTD and they are also still available there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the Moving Doll to create an illustration, and then this all came inspired by Sarah Jessica Parker wearing this stunning dress on Just Like That Closet Instagram account, and I absolutely adore it. I think it's one of the most stunning dresses she ever wore throughout the series and the movies. And it goes in line of that, you know, memorable tutu skirt that she had on in the series. And so that's where I want to create. And the idea is that you can flip through fashion magazines or wherever you get your fashion inspiration from, find an outfit that you like, and then you're going to play around with the color palette. You're going to play around with, you know, creating the outfit, sketching it, illustrating it, and having a blast of a time. So to begin with, there is a number of things we're going to do. We're going to stamp out a very simple beginning of the illustration. So all I did is just the head, the torso and the pelvis, as well as the arms. That is it. I'm not going to do anything else because the skirt is a maxi skirt that starts from the navel and goes, or from the hip area, and goes all the way down. So we won't need to show any feet, and it's going to be a very long skirt. I want to capture its length and things like that, and the texture of the fabric. As much as it's possible, because there's a lot of pattern there which, you know, can be quite detailed. And then we of course will work on the face, and she has this amazing hair which I don't know whether I'm going to use the plait or just this, but this sort of floral crown I am really inspired by, so I think this is what I'm gonna do. And then the other thing, of course, the color palette. We'll look at all the colors from the outfit that she's wearing, and we're going to kind of pick different art supplies within that color range. So let's start by just drawing the outfit first of all. And basically she has long sleeved. Now I'm going to start with the skirt first, actually, because the skirt is going to hide the arms, and it will look like her arms are behind the skirt, which means, hooray, we don't need to draw any hands, which I absolutely do not like doing. So the skirt is around this way, and that is the shape of it, roughly speaking. And then we have the top, which basically is like that, with a nice deep V-neck. I mean, the dress is fantastic. It really is gorgeous. Whoever styled this look did an amazing job. So then we're going to just create the arms. The arm thing I never like, so I tend to rework it a little bit as I go. I think I'm going to follow the stamped image this time. And same on here. So just like that. And then we'll connect these sides on here. And that is the outfit. Now the skirt, I believe, needs to come out a bit more this way. And go a bit shorter here. So about that way. So that's that. What we're going to do next is use the putty and just lift the line, the graphite line a little bit. If you hear any dogs barking, that's their walking time. So enjoy. Okay, so that's it. Okay, at this point I'm going to just leave it a little bit aside and now focus on the color palette. So what we have is this, basically. We have some sort of navy blue with a bit of lighter color, and we have this pastel blue with some burgundy and red in there. So the colors that would do quite well here is the red or a burgundy. I think this one would do quite nicely, which is it crimson? We'll find out in a second. And then Payne's grey. There's the Payne's grey, and that lovely blue, which could be here within this color, and titanium buff. I think this is a nice color range, and flowers would be good for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to swatch out a few colors here. And finally this buff titanium, or titanium buff, which is just basically an off-white. So we're missing this bright purple color, and I'm trying to think if I actually own it in a pencil form, because purple is not my desired color by any means. But of course, where you would get it is if you buy a big set of pencils. Generally it would be included in there. So let's find out. We really need like a bright deep rose. like a more vibrant purple, but I don't think I have it, to be honest. To be quite honest, no. So I don't have this purple, but I do have it somewhere else. I think I have a watercolor of this color. So let me just swatch a couple of these. No, this is too deep and this is too warm. Okay, so those are not really working. Let me try and find that watercolor that I have in mind to suit this purple here. Don't know if you can see it. Alright, so I have a modest collection of purple watercolors, and the color that I did have in mind is this one, Bright Violet. So let's swatch that out. It's actually very similar to this fuchsia color. I just filmed a tutorial to it, so I have the flower still sitting out there, and it's actually very close to that color. So I think this might be the right match. Yes, so that's exactly it. Okay, so that's a good color. One more color I want to use is actually a Molotow. Let's see if I can find that. So I think, which color did I have in mind? I think I had this one, something to do with ceramic. Yes, ceramic light blue. I think that would be a lovely color. So I'm going to use that. And I will see actually if I need to use any of these. I think this off-white, which is a nature white, whether I would need to add any of the details because of her top. So let me just swatch that out. So this is a perfect color. This is too warm, this one. Oh, this is actually quite close to this titanium buff, just less warm. This is slightly more warm. Okay, so I think I quite like the idea of a few things here. So we're definitely going to use that. Let's see. Payne's Grey, buff titanium, just in case. And this one here, the crimson. Is that the crimson? Yeah, crimson, red, and none of these colors, I don't think. Or maybe this one. Okay, so we are kind of having some sort of a color situation going on here. And what else? Maybe a bit of gold, I can't tell, but I think on that skirt it looks like it might be gold. So let me get my Posca out. Alright, so also there, if I'm not mistaken, I had another red here. What's this one? Permanent red. Let's see if that's any more suitable. That's more of a warm toned. I think this one works better. Okay, so let's just kind of try to make these colors sit together. See how that sort of works, really randomly. Just mixing them, not mixing, but just swatching them close together. Like that. And then a bit more here, just to blend this one. And so you can see hopefully that this is a very good color palette in the sense that it does represent those colors quite well. Now if we wanted to have some additional mixed media colors, these are the colors I would add. With a bit of the gold. And of course the watercolor. Typical situation, these colors are not sitting well with me, so I thought I have shown you just now how I color picked the color palette of the outfit, and if that's what you want to do to stay in within that color palette, this is how you would do it. Otherwise, if you would like to do your own thing, just nitpick certain things and add some of the other colors that you want to create and see how it works out, you can totally do that as well. So let's see. This is where I start to overcomplicate things, I think. So I'm just going to change up my swatches a bit. So we have this grey, and I think I need like a brighter pink, which I don't have in pencils, and it's not that easy to find actually. All the pinks seem to be a little bit muted. Let's see this magenta here, whether that would do anything. Oh, it's actually a little bit brighter, I think. It's actually very similar to the... Yeah, they're almost identical. So the first one was Magenta by Derwent Lightfast, and the second is Caran dash Purplish Red. So they're exactly the same thing. Okay, I'll keep the first one, or not. I mean, you can hardly differentiate between them. I'll stay with the first one, so that was this one here. So I'll definitely use this blue. There we go. And I want to introduce this chartreuse green. It's obviously nowhere near that look, but I want to change it up a little bit. So we have that, we have this. I'm going to use this white as well. And of course the bright purple will be right next to it as well. Let's see. So I'm just going to create like a long strip underneath it, just to see how the color would work with all of these colors, and I think it does nicely. The only thing I'm not sure is this pink. I'd like to change it for something else still. Who thought this part of the tutorial will take so long? Okay, stay with me. I might have found my color. I think this is possibly it. Let me see. So, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. So, just going to give myself a long swatch here. Now, much better. So let's refine it. So we will have a dark grey. We will have this pretty kind of burgundy color, which comes alive with a bit of water. We will have this color. We will have this color. We will have also the white, and we will also have purple and gold. Okay, so this sits so much better with me. Now, you know, feel free to disagree because colors are very subjective, and what works for me doesn't need to work for you. But basically, I find this color combo rather nice. In fact, I have this gold right here, which I think I'm going to use it. This is the Liquitex gold. Now, having worked on my swatch book and added all mediums that I have in my possession, means that I now can find the right color very, very quickly. So sometimes you have a feeling you know the color, what it looks like, and then you look at it and it might be slightly different. Okay, there is my color palette. Now let's see how I'm going to work with it and what we can create.